Hi, today we're going to have a look at spotting signs and how looking ahead and spotting them early can help make your driving a lot more controlled, a lot more prepared, and help you on your driving test by avoiding fundamental mistakes. So let's start looking for those signs. Darrell from Select Driving School. Today I want to help you look at signs and road markings and how to spot them. Signs and road markings are there to help drivers to navigate the roads and each other safely. Spotting and recognising them early is going to help you be a good driver and help you to plan your journey safely. However, in the early stages of learning, it can feel like they're coming at you at 100 miles an hour, much like we see in the video at the moment. So I'd like to share some tips for where to look, how to interpret, and how to react so that your journey can be well planned and impress your examiner. I'm also going to point out some common mistakes to avoid in terms of missing signs, especially on a driving test. I hope you find it useful. If so, please click like or send me a comment or a message on my website or my YouTube channel. Looking out for signs, the first one on the left indicates that it's permit holders only. And then there's another parking sign that we pass there indicating that there are restrictions for parking. There we see that the road on our right is a dead end, and also the other sign that was highlighted there tells you that it's permit parking only. There's a warning that there's traffic lights coming up, so we should be looking ahead, we should be slowing down. We also notice that the speed limit increased and we get lane markings telling us which lane we should be choosing. The traffic lights are on red, so obviously we've come to a stop, and that's allowed us to take a little time and notice that there's a section of hatched area in the middle that basically separates traffic. So as we set off, we shouldn't go over that hatched area, neither should the van that we just passed on our left hand side. We should both stay away from that area because there's no reason to go into it. As we set off, as we look across the junction, we're going to see a little brown sign that indicates that there's a tourist attraction nearby if we were following directions. And then we see that the speed limit's dropping back down to 20, and there's the 20-mile-an-hour limit to confirm that. There's a parking restriction on the right hand side, no waiting at all, double yellow lines, but on the left hand side we're limited to parking based on the parking meter. We also just passed a road where we're not allowed to take motor vehicles down, same with the next road coming up on the right, and also there was a repeater sign for the speed limit. Just saw some double yellow lines on the left there. Don't make the mistake on your driving test when you're asked to pull over of picking somewhere where there is yellow paint. Double yellow lines in particular mean that you cannot wait there. On the right there's a private road that is a dead end, and on the left we saw another direction sign for the tourist attraction, so we should be looking out for the signs that take us in the direction that we need to go. So we come down this section of road, we're going to see a repeater sign over on the right hand side facing us, confirming that the speed limit is still 20 miles an hour. You want to be looking out for those and the road markings so that you know what your speed limit is and you're not driving too slowly or too fast on your driving test. On the right hand side there's another direction sign indicating that there's a place of interest on the road pointing to the left. And then coming up here again on our left hand side there was a repeater sign. Keep looking for those. If you see them, then the speed limit is not 30 and you should be obeying it, but if you're not seeing them, the speed limit should be 30 miles an hour. Looking ahead, we saw the traffic lights, and on the right hand side there's a right turn box, but make sure you don't go too far forward into the one for traffic coming the other way. Speed limit increases to 30, and the road on the right is not allowed for motor vehicles. That's what the sign with the motorcycle above the car means. You shouldn't be going down there unless you have business down there or live down there. Same with those two signs there. We see a warning that we're in an area where there are cyclists, and also a bus lane coming up on the right hand side in the island. We see confirmation of the bus lane times and the cyclist, and there is the bus lane markings that we should be turning into because currently we're outside of the bus lane times. Therefore we should be using it as the leftmost lane available to us. Now they're going to come quick and fast now to us. It tells us there that the road narrows from the right as the bus lane ends, which was confirmed by the blue sign. Warning there again to look out for cyclists, and some direction signs are coming at us thick and fast because we're getting into a busy area. So we weren't allowed to do a U-turn there, and we weren't allowed to turn into the road on our right hand side. Lane marking to make sure we choose the correct lane. Also just passed some parking signs, and there we're being told that there's a cycle area that we should stay out of, and we cannot do a U-turn here either. Again, road on the left has a 20 mile an hour limit. Separators down the middle, don't go onto that area. Road on our right, 20 mph limit. So as you pass inside roads, if you're going to turn into them, be sure that you spot the speed limit. Make your lane choice early based on those road markings. Road on our left, 20 mph limit. Traffic lights coming up, and around the corner we see a pedestrian crossing, so make sure we're not getting caught out by those lights. The road on our right hand side is one way, we're not allowed to turn into it, that's confirmed by the red sign, and we've got a roundabout coming up. We can see how many exits there are from the sign. We're turning left, but there is an area that we need to keep clear on the road as we turn left. It's a side road. Has it got a 20 mph limit? Yes, it has. So we're going to slow down to 20, and looking out there, more yellow lines, and on the road on our left, that's a minor road, they should be giving way to us. Confirmation that it's a 20 mph limit. Here's a stop sign. They catch people out often on the driving test. It's confirmed by the markings on the road, which is a solid white line with the word stop. We must stop fully, else we're going to pick up a serious fault. Coming to the end of the journey now, on our left we can see that we've got parking restrictions, how long and we must be paying. I hope you found that useful. Please click like or drop me a comment.